I really, um, I wanted to do some videos that were not MAGA based. I think too many people are missing the point that I'm covering MAGA because MAGA is control of the government now. And as a historian, I'm interested in what is going on in this time period. And I understand, though this segment is history and politics, remember, history comes first, politics comes second. Um, but I can't ignore this iconic clash between oligarchy and quote unquote democracy that is happening during our time. I mean, the the United States government and economy and social fabric, for that matter, has been controlled by oligarchs since the aristocracy, since George Washington. I mean, there's never been a time that a small group of white men did not control this country. Even before it was a country, it was the governors that were put into power by England. So that's just the framework of our country. That's nothing new. And that's nothing new that in the 20th century, when it was Cornelius Vanderbilt, um, John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, uh, no different. There have been titans that control the government, and Elon Musk right now is the titan of titans. He's the Muhammad Ali of billionaires or financiers. He is the Michael Jordan or LeBron James of power brokers in America. So to see the power brokers step from behind the proverbial veil that they've always kind of hid behind and control things was odd enough. That was something that the Trump administration made fresh. That um, the people who generally control the country suddenly wanted credit for it. They wanted, it appeared, they saw the attraction to the ego being fed by Trump as president. It wasn't enough just to have influence. It was the notoriety that seemed to become popular as to where the people who generally control the government anonymously wanted to be seen, which was evident at the most recent Trump inauguration when all of these billionaires were there. Conversely, to see this breakup is just as significant. And obviously, what's it over? Money. It's over money. Now, aligned with that, I have made a regular statement that a lot of people have a problem with. A lot of black people have a problem um, about voting. I am not. I don't vote. Haven't voted. Never will vote. There is no history to show in the 160 years black people have been allowed to vote, whereas black people have gotten something from voting. I've always said democracy is majority rules. If you're 12% of the population with unique needs, the closest you can come to is getting needs that aligned with the majority. But black people have a unique history. We have unique needs. Thereby, the only way that we've ever been able to have our needs addressed that are very specific to our history is through education, protest, economic segregation. Those are the ways. Therefore, you can vote. It's not going to hurt. It has no history of helping. This circumstance between Elon Musk and Trump and the voters and their responses elevate my theory even more. I feel the voting process is disingenuous. I feel the story attributed to voting in America is disingenuous. Um, and here are some things that have come about to show this. Number one, Elon Musk is my age. He's 53. The president, for all intents and purposes, is 80. He's 78, 11 months, and 22 days old, right? So he's about to be 79. These men are having a tiff publicly on Twitter or X. Now, I will halfway give Elon Musk a pass because he owns it. So if people who have money like that systematically are always thinking money. So if he's going to have this tiff, he's going to have it on his platform. That's going to make him a whole lot of money. Not mad. But don't men just sit in a room, hash it out? You go your way, I go my way. Everybody just tries to figure out what happened. Now, this is what's even funny because I always say, don't worry about Trump. Worry about the 70 million people or 40 or 50 million people that voted for him. You have people who loved Elon. Elon could say or do nothing wrong within 24 hours. Can't stand it. And now the Democrats, who have been protesting and not driving their $50,000 cars because they can't stand this man so much, suddenly now they want Elon Musk to come over. And this is, not only are they not handling this behind doors like men, they're mudslinging. Elon Musk is making Trump look mature. Now, that's not a shot at Trump. Trump generally goes below the belt and plays the dozens, right? Trump seems to not be doing that for some reason, which is very interesting historically. But the comment about, hey, guess what? He's in the Jeffrey Epstein papers. That's why he doesn't want them noted. No one has said, then what kind of person are you to have spent $300 million to make him president, and now you have a problem with it and want us to have a problem with it? Because you're telling us because we weren't supposed to know. Apparently, that's why you're telling us. But that also means, conversely, that you knew. It's a train wreck. It's a hot mess inside of a dumpster fire in a train wreck is what this is. It's like the most hateful people came up with the most hateful legislation and showed that their arrogance was far exceeding to their competence. They haven't been able to deport people. They haven't been able to affect removing of racial history in education. They haven't been able to, by their own issue, uh, decrease or increase discrimination within the business classes, because in the immediately after them saying that they're going to allow public and private companies and institutions to discriminate, they investigate the mayor of Chicago, who's black, for discrimination. They are trying to do this Project 2025 that is really it's only harmful to minorities. Therefore, most of America benefits from it. And most of America historically only cares about their group. That's poor whites. Poor whites historically do not care about Latinos. They don't care about Native Americans. They don't care about Asian people. They don't care about black people. And again, not talking about one here, one there. We're speaking broadly. And historically, you have to speak broadly because you're talking about time periods and classes. Don't get like that. It's just a historical fact. And do we have to ask ourselves, is Trump playing it down, this whole Elon thing? Is he playing this down because he may need him again? Is he playing this down because the more attention they bring to this bill, the worse it is for him? I don't know, but Trump is not known for not being responsive to people who attack him. And he is oddly cool in this particular situation. So that's really worth noting. But don't miss the significance of this. This is one of the times in American history, and I don't know of any that have been obvious in public, as to where the oligarchy made a move and it got upended by politics. The only thing that I could, now we have to guess, because we have to ask why. This didn't happen with John D. Rockefeller. This didn't happen with Andrew Carnegie. This didn't happen with J.P. Morgan. Why is this happening now? Is it because Elon separated himself from the billionaire pack and the other billionaires band together and said, hey, Trump, he's got more than all of us individually, but us together are a bigger support system than he is, and we want to knock him off of his horse so he cannot make the money? Because the 300 million that he spent for Trump to become president, that was an investment. And his leaving is the investment's not paying off. Now, he is in charge of the space program or heavily funding it. Perhaps that's why Trump is slow to move aggressively toward Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk did do a couple of things that is going to make a remarriage difficult. He said Trump would not be president without it. I don't think he would have had much trouble against Harris, but you took my money. I had a right to believe what I want to believe. And that about Epstein, even if it's true, it was unnecessary. You know, it was. Now, why would Trump do this? Trump can't run for office. What is Elon going to do? Really, what is he going to do? I offer you a challenge. Take your eyes off of Elon and Trump. Watch all of the liberals, watch all of the conservatives, and watch how they spin what they've been saying about both. And check this out. Has anyone noticed that a person who is not president anymore, there is this push that I believe is politics to try to get the heat off of this situation? They're trying to push a subpoena for Biden's medical doctor to admit Democrats tried to get people to think that Biden wasn't seriously ill when he was running for president. Why do we care? Why do we care? If that man ever tried to run again, all they have to do is replay all of those skits about him. I mean, all of the videos that, you know, his debate and the other times that he just was completely lost, and he's a goner. So look at the shenanigans around this binary process that they have convinced poor people that they have a stake or say in their government and that you have to participate. People are not speaking to family members over this. And it's a game.